Hello, LJ Young back again. For those of you that do not know me, my name is LJ Young and I am a 100% debt free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become debt free by helping them financially see. For years, I lived in what I call the debt matrix. All right? The debt matrix is a place where everybody believes in credit and debt. Believe they need it and they cannot survive without it. Today, I look at credit and debt like this, like a coin. A coin has three sides: heads, tails, and the edge. I live on the edge. So, right on the edge, I see the consumer side of credit and I see the business side of credit. I live right here. Once I became debt free, now I could see both sides of the coin. Okay? And it's all the time. You can't even help it. Once you become debt free, let me tell you, there's no going back ever. You can't go back. You can't possibly go back. There's no way. You cannot possibly go back. It's impossible. Because you'll be like, holy crap. I didn't see that. I know. I know you didn't see that. That's why it's so powerful. And guess what? Like I always say, it's fifth grade math. Just fifth grade. That's it. All right. Today's title. What did I title it? Are you ready for FHA loans? Sorry, hold up just a second. I'd be so on crazy. All right, here we go. Who should get an FHA mortgage? There we go. Sorry, you guys, I'm just doing something here. Who should get an FHA mortgage? Now, most of you guys are not even going to like what I'm about to say, okay? But I'm going to say a few things before I get into the story. A lot of you will never even have heard what I'm about to tell you. And that's not even bragging. It's not even bragging. It's just fifth grade math, people. Fifth grade. You're never going to, I promise you, the way I'm going to tell you, you're not going to believe it. You're going to be like, it can't be that simple. No way. All I need you to do is follow the math to what I'm saying. If the math makes sense, you got to ask yourself, how come I don't believe him? Though the math is right, how come I don't believe the words that are coming out of his mouth? This is how powerful it is. And it's free to everyone. Come on over. Come on over. All right. First, the banks, they're not evil. They're not mean. They don't do bad things to people first, banks don't even involve their feelings. I want you to understand. Never mix your feelings with your money. Banks never involve the feeling. As soon as you start mixing in feelings, it's totally irrelevant to money, right? But banks are not evil. What is their business? Their business is to make money, and they're very good. That's what they do. They're not in the business to teach people about money. They're in the business of making money. So they're not evil. Learn from them. Okay. First of all, no mortgage in the world will ever make you a homeowner. Ever. No mortgage in the world. None. Zero. Zero mortgage will ever. The only person that's a homeowner is the person that has the title of that home in their hand. If you have a mortgage, you're not a homeowner. The quicker you understand that and the quicker you accept that, the quicker you will become rich. Period. Upset? I hope not, because follow the math. Is the math right? Yeah. All right. That's all you need to care about. Now, first of all, when you guys out there trying to scramble together all this stuff, right? All these bills and check stubs and doing all this stuff to get ready to see if you're ready for a house, and then you go by the bank's master formula of debt to income ratio, the DTI, and then they do this, and you have a certain percentage rate and this and that and blah blah blah. Okay, it's all bullshit. It's if you don't see that it's bullshit, that's your problem. That's on you. Okay? Let me give you the master formula to tell, and you can use this on anything besides a house if you're ready for a house. You can use it on anything in your life. Savings minus debt equals how much you have for a house. Add up all your debt, Okay, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much you have for a house. All right? So once you understand that, if you get past this formula and you get it, the next step, let me tell you the next step if you're ready to buy a house. If you don't have all the cash to buy the house, first of all, okay? All right, that's always number one. Number two, you walk into the biggest, best bank in whatever your city is, town is, right? You walk in, you ask the bank owner, hey, what is your best top rate mortgage you have to offer that you would offer rich people and everybody else that would have money? What is it? That's the one I want. They're going to hand you a list of requirements. You're going to look over these requirements. If you do not meet these requirements, you're not ready to buy a house. You take the paper, you leave the bank. You don't come back to the bank until you meet every single one of those requirements. Once you do, now you're ready. If you're not doing that, you're not ready for a house, period. Now, this is for those of you that refuse to accept this first suggestion I gave you. FHA mortgages are for people that refuse to accept that they cannot afford a home. They absolutely refuse it. Those are for FHA mortgages are for you. Don't be mad. If you're upset, don't be upset. That's a feeling. I'm just talking about math, okay? That's it. Now, if you walk in and then the bank officer says, hey, we can't give you this one, this top rate mortgage, but we can give you this FHA mortgage, right? You got to stop and think to yourself, why is that? I can't qualify for the house for this one, but I can still get the same house with this FHA mortgage? Can't do that. You got to wonder, why is that? There's a reason. When things don't make financial sense, it's a reason why it doesn't make financial sense. Once you come to the idea, once you notice this, there's a reason. There's a financial gain by the bank. Okay? Things that don't make financial sense, it's on purpose. It's a reason for that, okay? So now for those of you that say, screw it, I'm going to go ahead and give me a FHA mortgage. I don't care because I want to be a homeowner because you're going to believe you're a homeowner. Whatever. Sorry, you guys. Whatever. If you believe you're a homeowner, hey, I'm sorry. That's your problem. The bank doesn't care how you feel. If you feel you are, you feel you are. Now, let me tell you something. When you don't have at least 20% to put down on a home, it's usually tacked on what's called PMI, all right? PMI, private mortgage insurance. All right, so now these FHA mortgage people, whoever concoct this big, massive money scheme, or not even a scheme, just a mass money maker, right? They're like, hey, people are getting hip to private mortgage insurance. And, for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry I didn't explain. Private mortgage insurance is not for you, it's for the bank. It's for just in case something happens within your 30-year term that you can't pay your mortgage, they got this money right here that you've been giving them. It's insurance for them. And how you want to look at it is this. Look at it this way. Private mortgage insurance really should be called prepaid foreclosure insurance, because if you're getting an FHA loan, the likelihood of you foreclosing on it is high. So when you stop paying your mortgage for whatever reason, within this 30 years, job loss, broke your leg, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. And then you stop paying your mortgage and you're like, hey, it takes them a year to get me out of here. No, you already paid for it a long time ago. You just believe you're staying there for free, just like you believe you were a homeowner. That's the same. It's just a belief. How they do it, I don't know, but it's brilliant. So now that people are starting to get hip to private mortgage insurance, right? By the way, with FHA mortgages, they're mandatory, 2 of them. One up front in the beginning of the loan and one through the lifetime of the 30-year loan. It's mandatory. You can't even get out of it. Ain't that crazy? You're 100% giving away money. PMI is 100% giving away money. They only do that to people that don't understand that they cannot afford a home at this time. Hey, whatever. Sorry. Now that people are starting to get hip to PMI, right? They're like, hey, PMI is bad. Private mortgages, oh, no, I heard that's bad, right? So now these guys switched it up a little bit, okay? They switched it up because people are getting hip to what PMI is, right? Now, what they did was took the P in PMI and just moved it to the end. Now they call it MIP. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I don't, something insurance, mortgage insurance premiums. Mortgage insurance premiums. So they changed the name. So now if a customer asks, hey man, do I got PMI in my, do I got, sorry, yeah, do I got PMI in my mortgage? They're going to go, no, you don't. Mm-mm. Nope. Then why? Because you got MIP and it's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. But now you will walk around with FHA Mortgage telling all your friends, as soon as they say, oh, I wouldn't get one of those mortgages, those things got PMI in it. You're going to say, mine don't. And when it really does, because it's renamed to MIP, Mortgage Insurance Premium, the same thing. That's messed up, huh? But when you're in debt, you can't see that. You know why? Because when you're in debt, you accept FHA mortgage. There's no way in hell I would accept an FHA mortgage. A house is a thing. But then again, when you're outside of debt, I now understand any house in any city, in any area, it will always be available to me. You know why? Because as long as those people that live in those houses believe they're homeowners while having a mortgage for the 30 years, I will always have a place to move where I want to move, the type of house I want, always. Ain't that crazy? Because it only takes one slip up within the 30 years, something financial, divorce, death, whatever, just one. And I'll be waiting right in the area where I want this house, and I'll get it, especially with cash. Boom, done. Moved on here. Okay. Here's another real quick warning sign of what you got to understand that you don't see, that most people that just refuse to accept that they cannot afford a home, they just don't see, right? Here you try to get a top prime rate mortgage in a bank, and they said, no, but we have this to offer you. But in this FHA mortgage, they accept people with 500 something credit scores, hardly anything down. They even let your family get involved in the nonsense. Hey, if you want to get some money from a family to put towards your down payment towards the FHA mortgage, hell yeah, we invite that too. Because if the people that's giving you the money don't understand what type of mortgage you're getting into, they deserve to get their money taken too. Because if somebody asks me, hey man, Dad, can you help me down with this mortgage? I would say like, if he said, Dad, I need some money, can you help me with this down payment on my house? I would ask him, what type of mortgage do you have? If he said FHA, I would say, hell no. You know why? Because it's a high percentage that a person with the FHA mortgage is not going to pay it off. They're not ever going to own the home. So they're going to get all that money right up front. I get it. The banks are not evil. Their business is not to teach people about money and math. That's you. You have to learn about it, not them. They don't teach you. They make it. And they make it out of thin air. It's crazy. Learn about phantom income, okay, people? Phantom income. It exists. It's real. So, if you're one of those people, especially the kids that are getting close to 30, early 30s, ready to start this family, your wife and girlfriend's pressuring you to get a house, but you ain't saved a dime, and you're just now talking about it this year. And then you find out once you go to the bank, they're going to offer you the FHA mortgage. You're going to have to stop and wonder why they offer you this FHA mortgage. You know why? Because you don't know you can't afford a house. And if you sign on the dotted line for these type of papers under these terms, you're giving away your money. If you sign on, they know they have you. If you agree to those terms that's within an FHA mortgage, the rules, if you accept those terms, they know they have you. Because anybody that manages money well, they would never accept those type of terms for a house, ever. You know why? A house is a thing. It's not an asset like most people that get FHA mortgages. They believe once they finance a house, this house is an instant asset. Your personal residence is not an asset. An asset is an income producing thing. You get a house, it's not you're dishing out money. Your personal residence is not an asset. It's not. Don't fall for that. That's like the people that tell you, "Hey, stop wasting money on rent when you can buy," and that's their only reason why they're going to get a house. Hey, my rent is the same as the mortgage. I might as well do it. That makes absolutely no sense, and it makes no sense, but it makes sense, dollars and cents for the bank. If you don't get it, oh well. Math don't care. Math doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care. Like, here's an example. Yeah, you know what? I feel like 1 plus 1 should equal 3. That's what I feel like. I feel like this should equal that. You guys will look at me like you're crazy. You're like, I don't care what you feel. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Man, I just feel like it should equal 3 though. I feel, I mean, deep down in my heart, I feel like you just look at me like, what the hell is he talking about? What? Why are you feeling anything? That's the same thing with your money. If you add up all your debt and you see that negative number, and you got to look at it, you got to be like, am I going to believe it or not? Because it's real. Regardless if you believe it or not, it's real. Okay? But if you choose to believe it's not real, that is your ticket to freedom. That is your ticket to ever really, really owning a house. You must understand this piece first. It's the base. It's the base of your whole wealth equation. You have to start with the base. You can't build a house on dirt. It'll sink. You got to get a solid foundation. This is the foundation which I teach you guys. This is the foundation to wealth. It's unlimited. If you understand this piece, you're ready. If you refuse to accept, to understand your own personal finances today, right now, accept it and take care of it, you'll never become wealthy ever. Especially for those of you that refuse to. If you made up in your mind that you're never going to pay off a student loan, especially if you're trying to get an FHA mortgage and you have a student loan, let me tell you what that says to the bank. Okay? If you can't pay off a $100,000 student loan, there is no way in hell you're going to pay off a $300,000 or $400,000 house. Mathematically impossible. You're not going to do that. You will never own that home. Why? Because they know if you're going to keep a student loan for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, you're not paying off a 30-year loan house. You're not doing that. So they're going to get all their money right up front. Let you stay in there about 7, 8 years, whatever. Relying on your own, just one single job, anything can happen. Boom, gone. And then they just restart the cycle over to other people that refuse and adhering everybody else in the debt matrix. Get a house. Stop wasting money on rent. The only people in the debt matrix say stuff like that. All right. Then they're going to listen to it and then they're going to do it and get right involved. And now you're going to be talking about, oh yeah, girl, that happened to me. My house got foreclosed on. It was because of this. It was because of that. It was because of the economy. It was because never themselves, ever. Only people in the debt matrix speak like that. So take this as a warning sign. If the bank pushes you to an FHA mortgage, you're not ready for a house. Accept it. Once you accept it and you get out of debt, accept it, get out of debt, you will be able to afford anything you want. What I'm teaching you right now, it will make you wealthy. This is the base. This is the base of it. And it's only 5th grade math.